G'day guys and welcome back. So in today's video I'm going to adjust the valve clearances on the Hillman. The reason being is that I don't know when it was done last, and I just want to make sure the engine's running as well as possible. It is recommended that the valve clearances are checked from time to time. I've never done this before, but I have watched a couple of videos online and I've downloaded the online manual for this particular engine, so essentially I'm fully qualified to undertake this job. So what we need to do is we need to get the engine hot, because that's what it says in the manual, to adjust them when they're hot. And then we'll get this rocker cover off here. It's like 4 screws. Hopefully that cork gasket will be okay. I renewed it a couple of years ago when I bought the car. It's still quite pliable and soft, so hopefully that'll be okay. And then we'll get into adjusting these valves. Right, we'll just get the car warmed up. Yeah, that's warm enough. And it's not up to full operating temperature, but it's warm enough, I think, for this job. So this is the original owner's manual that came with the car. It's a 1725cc cast iron engine, cast iron head. So under the general data, says valve rocker clearances: intake 0.012 inch and exhaust valve clearance 0.014 of an inch. And yeah, so I also downloaded this from the online manual, like workshop manual for this engine. So we've got the arrangement of the inlet and outlet valves for the cast iron cylinder head, which this car's got, so we can reference against that. How to adjust the valves, and then again we've got the valve clearances for the Superminx. Where are we? Up here. So inlet 0.012 of an inch and exhaust 0.014 of an inch. Yeah, valve clearance is hot for all models. Okay, so with that, we'll get this rocker cover off and we'll get on with it. Hopefully this gasket will be okay. I don't really want to have to go buying another one. In fact, the gasket stayed intact, so that's good. It's not ripped. Inside the rocker cover is very clean, but we'll give that a clean up. It's looking very clean over the rocker assembly. Looks like it's getting plenty of oil. Alright, so what we need to do now, so There is a sequence that you're technically supposed to go through in regards to adjusting the valves, and I think that's just in relation to as the engine turns, you do each valve in sequence as it closes. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do I'm going to do the valves just as they fall in line. So we'll do number 1 valve, then 2, then 3, and so forth. And the way you apparently work out which valve is supposed to be open in regards to the one that you are adjusting is that you add, so the valves basically need to add up to 9. So to adjust valve number 1, I need to make sure that valve number 1 is closed, but that valve number 8 is open. So yeah, just need to make sure that it adds up to 9. So to do number 2, I need to make sure that number 7 is open, because 2 and 7 equals 9, and so forth. So work your way up. Oh, this thing here must be the oil feed, I'm guessing. Yeah, it must be the oil feed into the rocker assembly. Right, so I need to get a flathead screwdriver, a spanner, and a feeler gauge, and then need to work out the exhaust, which are the exhaust and which are the inlet. But I think it's pretty easy to work out just going off the manifold. So, but I will double check it against the manual. But essentially, I think this is exhaust, inlet, exhaust, exhaust, inlet, exhaust. So yeah, pretty basic. Pretty much what I just said, going off the manual. In regards to what the inlet and exhaust valves are, so I'm pretty happy with that. So the first valve is exhaust. So we need to make sure that this one, number 8, is fully open, and then this one is closed. Actually, what I might do is take the spark plugs out. Might just make life a little bit easier in terms of rotating the engine. I readjusted the fuel mix on this because I think it was running a bit lean, so I'm a little bit happy with that. Before, the spark plugs were really very, very grey. I really need to get an Imperial spanner set, make life a lot easier. Oh, that's a lot easier with the spark plugs out. And that actually feels way too loose. So we need to bring that gap in. So crack that nut. Need to apply some pressure on that. Yeah, I think that's it's too loose. Yeah, that's better. Just feel it's just just dragging on the feeler gauge. Yeah. Okay, so that's the first one done. So the next one is an inlet valve. So number 2, so we need to make sure number 7 is fully depressed. So we can adjust number 2. Yeah, okay, so number 2 is closed, number 7 is open, so 2 and 7 is 9, so there we adjust that one. I think that's too loose, so we'll just move on. I'll just carry on through the rest of the valves. I'll speed it up though, so you don't have to sit here and endure the agony of watching me adjust every single valve, but these two were loose. The gap was too wide, so yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this car performs once we've done all of the valves. So I'll carry on doing this, and I'll put some music to it, so you're entertained while I get on with the rest of it. Okay, we're all done. Yeah, it's just because I've never done this before, it's just trying to get used to the feeling of the rocker just, the gap just gripping the feeler gauge. But we've gone through and done them all. I'm pretty happy with that. So we'll get the rocker cover back on, get the spark plugs back in, and then we can take it out for a drive and just see how it goes. Overall, I think the gaps were too wide on all the valves. So I think I'm pretty happy that I've got them all adjusted correctly now. Yeah, so we'll get this thing back together and get it out on the road. Don't screw it down too tight. Should be fine. Put the vacuum gloves. Okay, done. Get this out for a drive and see how we get on. Nice. Yeah, sorry if it's a bit shaky, I haven't got the gimbal with me at the moment. My co-pilot didn't want to come out with me today, so I'm just holding the phone as I go. Might just shoot along the expressway, which is open road speed. Certainly quite it's responsive. It's not making as much noise as what it. Well, we can't hear any chattering anyway. I need to get myself a GoPro or something. It's like 3:30 in the afternoon and the sun's going down. So we're in winter at the moment, so be a little bit careful when you're driving. Get a lot of sunstrike this time of the day. probably impossible to get the valve clearances exactly right. I guess at the end of the day, it's just as long as it's sort of rough enough, that's all you can really do. Roadworks. I'll tell you one thing, if you live in New Zealand or if you ever come to New Zealand, there's an awful lot of roadworks, and we use a lot of road cones. I don't understand why the roading crews have to use so many road cones, but they do. Anyway. It's not pinking, it's picking up really well. It's responsive on the throttle. Running nice and cool. Yeah, well, we're back in the garage now. It's running nice and cool. Mind you, it is a cold day today. A little glistening oil coming through on the seals. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that, so seems to run alright. I'll just nip down those screws again on the rocker cover gasket and we'll call that job done. Yeah, the clearances were a little bit too wide, so I'm glad that I readjusted those. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.